Hello, I'm Jason Bowman, and the painting I chose to do was the American Landscape. It was made in 1930 by Charles Sheeler, and it falls under the style of Precisionism. Precisionism is defined as an abstracted form created by crisp contour and static composition. It was produced officially in the early 1920s until coined as Precisionism in 1927. It was produced from 1920s to the 1950s. It was integrated in many styles, including Cubism and Futurism, and in some particular traits were showing real people and real situations, simplified and sharply defined shapes, geometrical forms, cropping techniques, geometrical overlapping, featured technology and prevalent American architecture. Some of the major artists included Charles MUS, Georgia O'Keeffe, and Edward Hopper. As you can see, I color-coded some of the important features of the painting, the simplified and sharply defined shapes, the smoke tower and the buildings in the back, the new industrial landscape, the cranes and the railroad tracks, picturesque cropping. It looks like a photograph was taken. The cool but gritty colors to captivate the reality of the painting. If you can look, the contrast between the water and the sky makes it look more lifelike. It features some kind of technology like the train and the cranes, and it showcased American architecture like the building in the background. Some important societal and political trends at the time. Some big events included World War I, the Great Depression, and women's suffrage and prohibition. Some artistic trends they were big on showing snapshots of American life, and American architecture and technology were prevalent. One of the best ways to show the beauty of the 1920s was by showing snapshots of American life. And as you can see, the pictures in the side, it shows real people doing real things every day. You go next one. And journalist Ksenia Pentelik wrote that major artists and authors had one goal, and that was to challenge norms and traditional ways of thinking. And that goes into my next person, who is F. Scott Fitzgerald, who wrote The Great Gatsby. It is still a timeless piece of literary art today. We still read it, and everybody generally likes it. It showcases the new money, the rich of the 1920s, as well as what it means to come from humble beginnings and to be poor. It's a simple read, but it also packs a meaningful message. A good quote that I found from the book was, "So we beat on, boats against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past." And going into my next slide, which is my final slide, features my music choice, which is called the Harlem Nocturne, which is a jazz standard written by Earl Hagen and Dick Rogers in 1939 to be played by the Ray Noble Orchestra, of which they were members of. It featured gritty overtones that feature the uncertainty of the Great Depression at that time, as well as showcasing New York's beauty. The jazz standard is defined as an important part of the jazz musician's repertoire. They are widely known, performed, and recorded by many jazz musicians. As you can see, it's been recorded by many musicians, such as the Viscounts, Charlie Bernay, Mink DeVille, and the Flat Duo Jets. It's also been used as the theme of the television show Mickey Spillane's Mike Hammer, as well as being recorded for the soundtrack of Tango and Cash. And that's all I have. Thank you. Any questions?